1 millennium ago, when the aristocracy fell at last from grace. The defender of the South banished tyranny from the city gates, while the West spread her wings and took her rightful place. The wanderer in the North settled with the Wolven race. As the 4 winds blew, to all corners they flew, but much was to be done to build Mondstadt anew. The animal god called on them, each one in turn. First their leader, the West Wind, though he found himself spurned. The Lionfang Knight was less than impressed. I've no time to join you and sing, dance, and jest, for you see to these 3 while I handle the rest. Next did he track down that leader of wolves. Asked him to tame his most unbridled of souls. The wolf leader growled he would not be contained. "Do not lecture me, bard, you who are the least restrained." So the animal god implored the friend he'd known first to blow the ice from the face of the earth, that verdance and freedom could once more be birthed. But the dragon had known his bard god friend too long. He would not share the work, but dictate it through song.
Do some real work, Barbados.
Hey, traveler, I'll let you in on a little secret. Did you know there are monsters that come out at night in Mondstadt? Shh, be quiet. I'll tell you everything, but you can't tell nobody. After everyone is tucked up cozy in their beds for the night, monsters pretending to be the Knights of Favonius come out to trick people. I can even hear their footsteps from inside the confinement room. And so, boom! I blasted the door open to defend Mondstadt from the monsters. But the Master Gene who grabbed me and dragged me away was really scary. Scary like the real Master Gene, not like some monster. So strange. Anywho, you mustn't tell a soul. Kaya's the one who told me the secret about the monsters. He didn't tell nobody else but me.
Oh, Kaya, coaxing Klee into escaping from solitary confinement, it seems.
Perhaps we've made the child's studies a little too imaginative lately.
Sir, need you personally see to such a routine matter?
Relax. I have other matters to attend to as well.
Excellent. Even if one day we can't continue business here, we can make it far away with this.
But Master, what about the debt?
Oh yes, I'm here to collect that.
Who's there?
Quick, guards! Protect the Master!
No matter what it is you owe, you can't run from your debt. Is that not the law of the god of contracts in Liyue?
Fatui! You can't just barge into a private residence! Guards! Show him how we treat unwelcome guests at Yanshang Tea House!
Not much for adversaries. Well, I could always use a bit of exercise.
I never would have thought that an ordinary person had a sigil of permission in their possession. It's been years since anyone has seen one of these.
Your job is debt collection, yet you failed to check what treasures he possessed that you might collect?
Apologies, a dereliction of my duty.
Enough. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
This is me, fairy lady at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. No one of importance. This gentleman beside me is our most knowledgeable consultant, Mr. Zhongli.
This Noctilucous jade is small, but a beautiful shade of translucent blue. It would be a shame not to buy it.
Yes, sir.
Pasting a windwheel aster to wet glaze before it is fired in the kiln? Fascinating. The flower turns to ash, but its shape is forever retained. Such genius. It would be a pity to not purchase this.
Yes, sir.
Core lapis is itself hard to gather. It must have taken true skill indeed to unearth 2 pieces so alike. We should buy them.
Yes, sir. A fine Noctilucous jade. artisan porcelain, and a pair of core lapis, and a windwheel aster as a gift for the fairy lady. Yes, he even got me a gift. Mr. Zhongli truly is an amazing person.
When Xiangling is cooking, it would be far more appealing to go to Wanmin Restaurant as opposed to Sinuer Kiosk or Lioli Pavilion.
I'm fine with anything so long as it's good. But do they only have chopsticks?
You will need to be adept with chopsticks if you are to truly appreciate Liyue's gastronomy.
Mr. Zhongli, we have Springvale boar on the menu today. Would you like to try it instead of the salt and pepper tofu?
We'll have both.
In accordance with Snezhnayan customs, we gave Xiangling a tip for her amazing new dish. Mr. Zhongli values friendly ties over Mora and is generous in word and deed. Well, the Wangxiang Funeral Parlor often foots the cost of his generosity. But thankfully, the Northland Bank is bearing this particular bill.
Welcome, come in. Excluding this pair of hairpins, everything else is for sale.
They're not for sale. Why not?
These are heirlooms pawned by a poor fellow to scrounge together money for his wife's medication. I must hang on to them for him until the redemption period expires.
Oh.
I paid off the shopkeeper and took this pair of hairpins, seeking to return them to their owner with some living expenses on the side. Please help me to conceal these expenses in our accounts, would you? I will be sure to buy you lunch. Honestly, once you become entangled with Mr. Zhongli, there's no getting away from him at all.
Alchemy is a mysterious art that revolves around all living things, and the study of life, in particular, requires painting.
Yes, you certainly make wonderful paintings of anything that piques your interest, Mr. Albedo.
Arise, lifeless dust of the universe and that within. Thou art reborn. Do you understand now, Sucrose?
Simply amazing, Mr. Albedo.
Next, I will paint the common V-shape. I find the carapace to be its most enjoyable feature, the intricate patterns and even its sheen. But the rest of the V-shape is quite ordinary and requires but a few quick brushstrokes. Voila! Arise, lifeless dust.
Excuse me, Mr. Albedo, but I fear creating such creatures may sit outside the sphere of acceptability within our roles as alchemists.
Oh, is that so?
Just like always, overly passionate about what piques your interest, yet completely indifferent towards anything otherwise. Your swing in interest this time didn't even leave you long enough to finish your painting.
The night scenes of Liyue, the lantern light of centuries. Only I know that this rising star has come far in the millennium past. Only I remember the hours at which dew forms on the glaze lilies and disappears again. 106,327 heartbeats, the time that has passed since I last knew rest. Packing up the stalls, closing up the pavilions. One can almost hear the streetlights going out. It is as it is night after night, ever so distant from me. The night of Liyue, over. Now that you know the secrets of the night, would you accompany me to work overtime?
No way!
In ancient times, Liyue was a land of misery, where the shadow of evil loomed large. As slain gods festered, their vengeful wrath cursed the world, manifesting in infernal forms. When demons stirred, miasmas, Monsters and mutations infested the land. Then Rex Lapis summoned the Yakshas to vanquish the demons. They swore an oath: restore order through slaughter, purge evil through battle. To this, we dedicate our lives. Eons of bloodshed later, karmic debt weighed upon them, phantom wrath seeping into their broken souls. They went mad with fear, turned on each other, or succumbed to the darkness. Of the 5 foremost Yakshas, death came to 3, while the 4th vanished without a trace. In the millennia since, one conqueror of demons remains the sole surviving Yaksha in the mortal realm. And only on moonlit nights, in the glow from Guyon, and in the sound of the Dihua flute, is his memory preserved.
Give you a fright? Honestly, who comes to Wuhong Hill in the middle of the night? This place isn't as safe as you'd believe. Come with me. I'm Hu Tao, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor Director. Let me help you cross over. Yeah, help you cross over the hill, not cross into the afterlife. Huh? And why are the butterflies our guides? Well, because they want to be Sealies when they grow up. Though that walking encyclopedia Zhongli would no doubt have a completely different explanation. Okay, you should be safe from here. Next time, don't go running around in dangerous places. Of course, if you really insist on adventuring, then be my guest. Adventurers are our VIP clients after all. We even have coupons for you. Oh, do you have a travel buddy? We're having a sale. Second client, half price.
Thanks for sharing the table with me. To think all the other patrons are actually avoiding me. I'll remember this. Seriously, they cared that much about my lineage? Even if I were out for vengeance, they'd have to wait their turn. The Gunhilder clan, the Roggenvinder clan, and the Lawrence clan are the 3 most prominent families in Mondstadt's history. Among them, the Lawrence clan became blinded by their desires, plunging Mondstadt into a dark era under the aristocracy's oppression. In time, Lady Vanessa overthrew the aristocracy and established the Knights of Favonius, while the Lawrence clan quickly fell into obscurity. Over the next 1,000 years, their flame of vengeance continued to flicker and burn, but never again did it ignite into a blaze. Perhaps the finishing blow to the Lawrence clan was she who is known as the Spindrift Knight, most gifted descendant of the Lawrence clan, Eula, joining the Knights of Favonius. Although the word vengeance is always upon her lips, she has proved time and again that she is a kind-hearted and honorable ally. Hey. When a noble woman is speaking, you are to lower your drink and look her directly in the eyes. You really ought to learn some proper etiquette. I bet it's that Gunhilder girl talking about me behind my back again. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine.